Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church in Columbia, South Carolina, where we're part of the ELCA. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. It was a story almost beyond belief, but it was true. Published in 2007, the book One Red Paperclip chronicled the story of Kyle MacDonald, who started at his desk with one red paperclip and traded it all the way. Well, let me take you along the journey. One day, sitting at his desk, he found himself fingering a red paperclip, and he wondered if he could trade it all the way up to a house. So he went to the barter section of Craigslist and listed his paperclip for trade. It wasn't long before two girls in Vancouver offered to trade with him. For his paperclip, he got a pen shaped like a fish. And then it went from there. He took the pen and put it on Craigslist, and pretty soon he traded the pen for a doorknob with a smiley face on it. The doorknob was traded for a camping stove. The camping stove was traded for a 1,000-watt electric generator. Then he was able to trade the generator for a keg of beer and a Budweiser sign. About then, someone wrote a news article about him that got a lot of publicity, and people started seeking Kyle out to trade. He traded the keg and sign for a snowmobile, which he then traded for a van, which was traded for a recording contract. All this is really kind of hard to believe, isn't it? He took the recording contract and traded it for a 1-year rent-free in a house. But that wasn't enough. He then found someone who wanted the year free rent and who could arrange an afternoon with rock star Alice Cooper, and that trade was made. He traded the afternoon with Alice Cooper for a Kiss snow globe. That might seem like a terrible trade, but he knew actor Corbin Burnson had a collection of over 7,000 snow globes, and sure enough, Burnson traded with him for a paid, credited speaking part in a movie. After that, someone called to trade that movie part for a house. And that's how Kyle MacDonald traded a paperclip for a house. Well, by now you are probably wondering where I'm going with all this. We are deep into Advent now, with our minds and hearts yearning for Bethlehem and the coming of our Savior. But the thing is, we aren't there yet. It's still Advent, still the time for that yearning, for hoping, for longing. So in this time of looking forward, I want to invite us to look backward too. Backward to some of the Old Testament prophecies and hints of a Savior to come. Today we begin with Isaiah. In Isaiah's time, Israel was small and insignificant on the world stage. She was hardly noticed, and in fact often under threat from her enemies. The line of David seemed broken, hopes were dashed, promises fading. They were beaten down, cut down like a tree reduced to its stump. They felt helpless and without hope. But Isaiah spoke of God's help. Isaiah spoke of the coming of a Savior. In Isaiah 11 we read, "A shoot shall come out from the stump of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of its roots. The Spirit of the Lord shall rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. His delight shall be in the fear of the Lord." The point was clear. God was not finished. Out of what looked lifeless, a tender green shoot would emerge, the Messiah. And that's where that red paperclip comes back in. You see, God works through what looks small and unlikely. Just as you'd never think you could trade a red paperclip for a house, you would never think that the Savior of the world would come from such a worn-down, overlooked people. But in God's world, shoots come from stumps. In God's world, the story is not over, even when it looks like it is. In God's world, saviors are born. In God's world, saviors rise from the dead. Sometimes in our lives, we may feel cut down and hopeless, like only a stump of our hopes and dreams remains. But Isaiah assures us that even then there is hope. Like a plant pushing up through the cracks in the concrete of our lives, hope grows quietly, patiently, sometimes underground. Peering through the mists of time, Isaiah gives us a promise. When all hope seems lost, God is. God saves. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.